refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Zero Sports Talk. I'm Zero Griffey, and we're back. But this time, we're moving on from the World Cup. I'm finally getting into other sports, and I wanted to do this video when I knew for sure the Lakers were done with everything they're doing. Unfortunately, they're not. I still think they're going to make another move, and if I'm making this video now, I'll probably react to whatever following move they do next, whether it's Kuminga or they shock somebody with a trade or something like that. I'll probably react to that separately. But this is my team, and I'm back on basketball, and I want to talk about my team for a second because some of the commentary out there has been surprising about the Lakers offseason, what they lost, what they gained. Obviously, people hate the Lakers because they're the Lakers. So you're going to have those trolls. But I'm specifically talking about actual Lakers commentators and fans and what they talk about with the roster and the things that Rob Pelinka has done. So let's talk about it. I'm not a big Rob Pelinka fan going into this, just to reassure everybody. I'm right there with a lot, probably majority of Laker fans when it comes to not believing in Rob Pelinka. And part of that will be apparent through this, but also I will have to defend him as best as I can, I guess, in some things. So what I want to start with is before the free agency began, the Lakers re-signed Austin Reeves, probably their biggest signing of the offseason, unless you want to put Walker Kessler as the biggest, but Austin Reeves coming back. Now, before he signed the contract, there was rumors he was going to go off to Detroit, or Detroit was going to offer him a max. So it was up to the Lakers to, like, by the way, tampering, right? Like, how would they even know? You know what? Whatever. But it was up to the Lakers to re-sign Austin Reeves before it got to free agency, which they did. They signed Austin Reeves to a 4-year, 185 originally was the contract. He ended up signing for $5 million less, so it was 4 years, $180 million. I believe there's a dip in the second year. That'll allow the Lakers to have next year the taxpayer mid-level, can't even speak, mid-level exception. Now, the contract itself, yeah, it's an overpay. No doubt about it. Massive overpay. Not what I would have wanted to sign him for. And at the same time, I didn't even know if I wanted him back. And this is like, no disrespect to Austin Reeves, the player. As a player, phenomenal ball handler, phenomenal offensive player, struggles heavily on defense. So that's the main reason I said I probably wouldn't have wanted him back. Because you're building a team now around Luka Doncic. And a lot of people use the examples of Kyrie Irving or Jalen Brunson, and some Lakers commentators said, oh, he's not Kyrie Irving, but he's like at least Mavericks Jalen Brunson. I don't even think he was that. Like, that is insane to say. If you think that you are insane. He wasn't even Jalen Brown Jalen Brunson, Mavericks uh, level of player. He can be because he's improved every season since he's been in the league. He can be. But what this contract says is you got to make the All Star game. You're an All Star, or you know what? You don't even have to make the All Star game, but you have to be like in contention to be one. You have to be like one of the. If you're snubbed, you have to be like one of the main ones out. Like people have to react like, why is he snubbed? Because making the All Star team in the West as a guard is really tough. But that's the level he's got to play at now. And the problem I had with the contract is just how Austin Reeves plays. He plays well. He scores points. He gets to the foul line. Great, again, ball handling, passing, great vision. My problem is against athletic, good teams, he struggles. Now, he doesn't completely disappear, and I know some people will point out some games. Look at what he did against Houston in this one or this one. I'm talking about like consistency wise. Austin Reeves has struggled in recent years. Not before, when AD was on the team, he was always like consistently good offensively. But again, there was AD and LeBron. Defenses were more focused on other guys. Now they're going to focus on Austin Reeves and Luka primarily. So now, if it's not the best defender, it's the second best defender Austin Reeves has to deal with. And when I see him against the Timberwolves or even the Nuggets, who aren't a great defensive team, but they have length, and OKCs and even the Rockets at times, I'll even put them in there. I still think he could go off against the Rockets, but there were times where I was like, yeah, he didn't look great. Mind you, part of that is probably because he was injured and coming off of an injury, but I'm just going to leave it there. I just don't think he has the consistency to be the number two. And that's going to force the Lakers to like have to look for somebody else to be the number two in certain times, not like all the time, but like in certain times and stuff like that. So I would have preferred that they moved on from Reeves, offered that contract to someone else. Obviously, that person wasn't out there. So that's why I don't give Rob Pelinka the full blame about re-signing him, because there really wasn't anyone out there. Now, is the contract tradable in the future? We'll see. Depends how he performs as an actual number two. No doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. You're the number two now. So we'll see how he does as a number two this season. I just didn't have confidence in that. I didn't have confidence in consistency, and the things that I saw in the OKC series with Austin Reeves getting burned by AJ Mitchell and all these guys didn't bring much confidence. Now, people are going to say, oh, well, this roster, it needs defense. So I'm going to address that now. Yes, one of the reasons it needs defense is because of Austin Reeves. And mind you, I'm not mentioning Luka in this because Luka's generational. There's no reason to mention him in this. And even his like defense, most of the time he was playing out of position. He's supposed to be like a 4 defensively, or 3 maybe. But he's over here defending guards and stuff like that because the Lakers had LeBron, Rui, Luka, all playing basically the same position. They can all guard the same position, all starting. So I don't even know what Luka can actually do now that he's slimmed down and everything, what he can actually do on defense when he's actually guarding players that he's pretty much supposed to, like, with his size and everything. And I think with his size and everything, he's a way better defender than people give credit to when he's not having to get guards and stuff like that. So that leaves, if you move Luka to play like the 4, you need 2 solid defenders with them, one being Quentin Grimes. Now, there's mixed reviews about how Quentin Grimes defends. I don't care. I'm just saying he's one of them. The other one is Austin Reeves. That gives me no confidence at all in like Austin Reeves defending quick guards or taller guards or something like that. That's where my lack of confidence in the duo comes from. Again, people will say, oh, well, he had Kyrie. He's not great defense. Jalen Brunson, he's not great at defense. This is why I say Austin Reeves has to play at an all-star level, because for them, their excuse can be their offense outweighs their defensive problems, kind of like Luka to an extent. So we won't know how bad this contract is until we see it in the season, if Austin Reeves can consistently produce, or even in the playoffs, if he can shake off what happened. Again, he came off injuries, but really that doesn't really excuse the year before that when they faced the Timberwolves. So he's gotta he's gotta step up. He's gotta do it consistently throughout a whole year. He's gotta be a good and reliable number two. Can't disappear. I think that's the biggest thing, the biggest problem for this Lakers roster is they just need Austin Reeves to be consistently a good number two. Because there is no LeBron James that's going to bail him out. Now I'm going to get to LeBron in a second. All right, the second move they did, the you could say this one's the big move. You could say Austin Reeves the big move. I This is my favorite move. Trading a lot of draft assets to the Utah Jazz for Walker Kessler, and then signing him to a 4-year, $129.5 million deal. Good contract. I think it's like 32 and a half, somewhere around that ballpark, a year, which honestly I thought was less than he would have taken, but it's fine. It's a good deal. This one for Rob, he knocked it out of the park. Now, am I upset about all the future draft picks we lose? Really, not really, because what could happen is we could be bad. Lakers could be bad next season, have a terrible season, or like injuries or whatever and stuff like that. And then, like, if they are bad, you can always trade the contracts that you sign. You can always trade a Walker Kessler to a team that desperately needs them for draft picks. You can always trade Austin Reeves for a team that really needs a ball handler or secondary ball handler. You can always trade if he doesn't want to resign a Luka Doncic, if stuff like that, and get draft picks. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I think if there's a chance of that happening, it's like 2%. Like, that's not going to happen. They're not going to go trading the whole core. It has to be completely, utterly, I don't know, black hole bad where they do something like that. I'm just saying draft picks can be recuperated in other ways, especially ones from like 7 years from now. It's like you can always get those back. They don't completely lose all their draft picks. They got pick swaps in the deal. Stepien rule. They have draft picks every other year that they traded a draft pick. So on draft night they could trade it again, but until then they have the picks. So it's not that big of a deal in the NBA when I see teams get rid of all their draft picks because they can recuperate in other ways. Brooklyn's done it when they sold the house. Phoenix has done it when they sold the house. Like, it happens. There's ways to get draft picks back, even if you sell the house for now. So I think it was a great move by Rob. I think that was outstanding. He needed an A+ center. Luka wanted an A+ center. He got an A+ center, and he got the center I didn't think he was going to get. I think, if anything, Jalen Duren was going to be more of a choice, more easier to negotiate with Detroit, because it doesn't seem like Detroit really wants him back that badly, and he definitely doesn't want to go back. So that's where I thought it was going to go. I prefer this move, to be honest. Better defensively, taller, just an overall better fit. Walker Kessler, so A+ on that one, Rob. I haven't got nothing bad to say. Now, they also signed Quentin Grimes to a 4-year, $60 million contract with a player option. Because Rob loves player options for some reason. Every contract has player options. Now, here's where, again, I just praised Rob. This is where I'm not going to praise him. The guy is not good at negotiating with agents, with players, with teams, all that. I don't know what it is, but he's bad at locking down the deal. So in order to sweeten the pot and actually lock down the deal, he gives players these player-friendly contracts so they will sign, they will commit. I don't like that. It just shows that he's either not liked or people think he's a joke. I wouldn't be surprised if it's both, because Jeannie Buss hired him, and the only reason she hired him is because he was a friend of Kobe's agent, and a friend of hers, because all she does is hire from emotion. She doesn't hire what's best for the Lakers. So, dragging Rob here, but I will keep giving him credit for other things. I just want to point that out. that he's not good at closing deals. And again, I think it's mostly because people don't really like him around the league. But Quentin Grimes signs 4 year, $60 million contract. Uh, this one I like in a way if you like use the example I used before where it's Austin and Quentin guarding the guards. I think that works out better than having Luca and Reeves guards. Um, he's pretty much the point of attack defender. And again, people were like, oh, he can't defend that well. Da, da, da. Um, let's see. Let's actually see what he can do because that Philly team he was part of, Embiid wasn't defending nobody after a while. The injuries have caught up to him. He wasn't really defending. Let's see what he does with Walker Kessler on the team and having an anchor help him out with guards and stuff like that and closing out and all that. But I like the move because of one thing. I feel like there's more balance. I think that people say this is like more of a Marcus Smart replacement type thing. And if it is, it's even better. The reason I say that is everyone, I don't get the obsession with Marcus Smart because when he was signed, I seen a lot of negative comments. I see some commentators who criticize the Marcus Smart move, praising him to high heavens, like he's the greatest loss. Basically we lost Giannis or something. I don't get the Marcus Smart obsession at all. He's older than he's not prime Marcus Smart. He's not defense player of the year Marcus Smart. He's injury prone, and he didn't want to be here. If he did, he would have waited before he signed with Houston. He didn't want to be here. He wasn't part of the plan. So let it go. That's all I gotta say. Let it go. Marcus Smart was never coming back. And it wasn't just the Lakers thinking it. It was him thinking it. He wanted to go to the Rockets. This obsession with Marcus Smart is insane. He was good at one thing. This is why I said the Quentin Grimes signing is about balance. Marcus Smart was good at one thing. Exceptional at it. He was a great defensive player. Great hustle guy. And has leadership skills. But did some of y'all miss some of the parts of the Houston series and especially the OKC series? He couldn't shoot. He was a turnover machine. There was times his defense did not outweigh all the black hole of offense that he brought. Like, I don't get. This is why I say the Quentin Grimes signing, I like it because it's more balanced than what we had with Marcus Smart. Yes, he's an exceptional defender, but why is people obsessed with players that can do one thing? And then they criticize players that we have currently on the roster that can only do one thing. But they praise another one for doing the same thing because the other player that they praised to the high heavens was Rui Hachimura, and he was exceptional at one thing. Like, Quentin Grimes signing, at least he could do multiple things. He can't do it at the one thing at the level of Marcus Smart, but he brings balance offensively and defensively that we so desperately need. We need more all-around players. We need more players that can create their own shots, dribble, can pass, know their roles. That's what the Lakers need. That's why I was mad at the overpay. I wasn't mad at the Quentin Grimes signing. Now, Sandro Mamu. I'll try. Listen. Mamu Kiss. I feel like I had it, and now I don't. Mamu Kiss. I don't know. Signed for another 4 year, $52 million deal. Player option. Okay, Rob. And I like this one because just like my rant for Marcus, it's going to be the same thing. I just kind of previewed it earlier. Sandro was considered a Rui replacement. Now, I don't think that's completely true. I think they did like Mamu. I just don't think he was a Rui replacement yet or an upgrade or anything. I just think he was a solid backup 5, backup 4, multifaceted, can play multiple positions, can do multiple things, shoot, pass, rebounds. Besides hitting the 3, and I mean, I guess we can just say the outside shot. It could even be mid-range, but like at the 3-point line or the 3-point line, Mamu pretty much does everything better than Rui. Rui is, again, like Marcus Smart, exceptional at one thing, and that is his shooting. Again, people were mad that he wasn't re-signed. At a certain point, I thought Rui should be re-signed because I want to see Rui in a position to play the 4 without LeBron being there and without it being as clunky as it was last year. but I also understood why they let him go. Like, as exceptional as he is at doing that one thing, he bailed us out a lot in games. He kept us in games with his shooting, all that. We forget about the other side of the ball with Rui, and we forget the other side of the ball with Marcus. So Sandro, not exceptional at any one thing, but he can do multiple things, and that again brings more balance to the roster that I like. At least, yeah, there's gonna be times where you might get frustrated on defense. Might be times you might get frustrated with his shooting, but he can do it at a pretty good level. He can do multiple things. He can rebound better. He can pass better. He knows his role. Whether he's coming off the bench or starting at this point, I think he's coming off the bench. Um, I'm not mad at it. I'm mad at the overpay again and the player option again because Rob Pelinka doesn't know how to close deals. But the player itself, I like. I like what the vision is. Multifaceted, balanced players that can do a bunch of things, and Sandro's one of them. Now, this one's real controversial for Laker fans and Lakers commentators. Colin Sexton, 2-year, $19 million contract. He's a backup guard. Like, I don't understand why. What's the anger with Sexton? I don't. I don't like. Oh, we could have kept Marcus Smart. Again, I explained why we didn't keep Marcus Smart, and why that was dumb. And the people that keep bringing up Marcus Smart are dumb at this point because again, it didn't seem like he even wanted to come back, whether it was the Lakers or him. He wasn't coming back. Get over it. Colin Sexton is just a backup guard. There's nothing really like. What are you complaining about? Oh, we could have gotten a four with the money that we used on Colin Sexton. Cool. What if they didn't want to come? Like I said, Rob Pelinka ain't the best at closing deals. Maybe he did try to get a four with that money, and they didn't want to come. So you know what he decided? Oh, let's get depth on the bench, which they did with Colin Sexton. Let's get a guy that can pass, dribble, and shoot behind Austin Reeves and Luka, and even Grimes off the bench, and a guy that can be a six-man of the year candidate off the bench. Something we haven't had. Someone that can produce offense when the stars are resting. What are we gonna keep running? Reeves is gonna stay in, and Luka's gonna be out, and Luka's gonna be in, and Reeves is gonna go out. I hate that. Like, let the bench, let our stars, let them rest. And I think it's great. Again, depth piece. I love depth. I love that the team is deeper, even if it's at one position currently. It's better than what we would have had. Now, say we did sign the four. Who's the backup guard? I don't. Bronny? I know some people are high on Bronny. I'm fine keeping Bronny, but I don't think he's ready for that role. Or if he is, he don't play it as good as Colin Sexton. Just a volume scorer off the bench. That's what we need. That's more depth. That's perfect. And he's also really good with assisting to Walker Kessler. So there's also familiarity there. That's also good. This is what I don't understand is why so many people are so mad about Lakers signing a backup guard. Like, oh, we should have used that money for other things. Like, you don't even know if those things were available. Like, you don't even know. Maybe they went to Kelly Oubre and said, hey, we'll offer you the room exception. And he said, no, I'd rather play somewhere else. Like, you don't know that. Like, so, like, just obsessing over the fact that they signed Colin Sexton over the player that you wanted is annoying because he's not a starter. If he was a starter, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, oh, he's starting with Austin and Luka. That'd be pissed. He's just a backup guard. Let it go. We did need scoring off the bench. We do need more depth on the team overall. So if you can't get that depth through the four, you can get that depth through the guard position. It's not just one position we need depth. We need depth the whole roster, up and down. So that brings me to the other guard acquired in a DeAndre Ayton trade to the Washington Wizards, Jaden Hardy. Again, not really mad at this. Combo guard is kind of Rob's obsession. I will say that. He just loves combo guards for some reason. But Luka and Austin were both hurt last year. I doubt Jaden's going to play much. but at least you got like someone that can produce, I guess, a little bit there to like help if one of those guys not even get hurt. Like maybe they need a break and you just want to put Hardy out there or like so even Sexton. Maybe Sexton is hurt or something. And you want to put Hardy out there again. It's more of a depth thing. I'm not really that mad at it. People will say, "Oh, why didn't they get Justin Champagny or something like that?" And I gotta say the same thing. How do you even know that was on the table? Because I'm pretty sure if that was on the table, as dumb as Rob is, he wouldn't have said no to that. So, anyways, that one's easy. Moving on. Kevon Looney, 1 year veterans minimum. Again, they traded DeAndre Ayton. So in comes Kevon Looney to play that backup role. Jackson Hayes, fan favorite, goes to the Utah Jazz. That one is confusing to me. That one I will be with a lot of people. I don't know why Jackson Hayes wasn't re-signed. It happened so fast too. It was like I don't know, but they just like tell him, yeah, you're not part of the plan. It just doesn't make sense because he fits everything they need, plus the love for Luca and all that. But whatever. Maybe this was just the Jazz gave him more money, so more opportunity to play or something. Or maybe they were like, let us sign Jackson Hayes and we'll give you Walker Kessler or something. I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't really make sense because Kessler's a way better player than Jackson Hayes. No, that one confused me. That one definitely confused me why they didn't re-sign Jackson Hayes. But Kevon Looney, great offensive rebounder. Again, it's given the identity of the Lakers. I can see it. Now, will it work? Again, I think the main way this is going to work is if Austin Reeves can be that number two. And I know people probably think I'm crazy for saying that, but the pieces are all there for like a vision of possession, extra possessions, um, ball handling, dribbling, passing, things JJ Redick really wants in his team and offense. And there's depth off the bench because they signed again. I'm mentioning Kevon Looney, Colin Sexton, Jaden Hardy. Um, they still got Bronny. That's a lot of guard depth. You got Dalton. You got Jake LaRavia. You got Vando. There's your wing depth. Now your center depth. You probably need one more center, but you also got Cameron Carr in the draft. I forgot to mention that. Cameron Carr fell to the Lakers, and they traded up to the 24th pick to get him. He looked great in summer league. So Cameron Carr, they also got him. He should be in the rotation immediately. And you got Adu Thero, who started off rough in summer league, started to play better. All he needs is a three-point shot to develop, and he's going to be an amazing rotation piece for his team. So this team, I can see it with all the depth that they have, all the moving parts. This is what JJ wants. So Kevon Looney basically is just there to get extra possessions, to do what JJ wants, pass it out to the ball handlers. He's not there to be an offensive player. I don't know why people are so obsessed with his offensive numbers. He's not there to do that. I don't understand why everyone's like, well, he hasn't dunked in like 2 years. He probably doesn't need to. On this team, he definitely doesn't need to. Just give it to Luca, Austin, Quentin, somebody, whoever, Colin Sexton, whoever's you're playing with. Just give the ball to them. You don't need to do much unless it's an easy layup. Like, so I never, again, this is one of those things I don't understand why people are so mad about. But anyways, Matisse Thybulle and Zaire Williams were the most recent signings, both veteran minimum signings. Zaire let go by the Nets because I just think they had too many people that do what he does. Also, he's probably the lowest on the totem pole in their vision. And Matisse Thybulle dealt with injuries, but a great defensive player. Hopefully his shot continues to be as good as it's been the last few years. Both signings, again, if you get a starting four, again, that's what I'm waiting to see if the Lakers do. There's nothing wrong with any of these moves. There's literally nothing wrong with any of these moves. That's where I got to praise Rob Pelinka because I see the vision. It's just missing one thing, and everyone knows it's missing one thing. But say they don't get the starting four. Say this is the team. They probably have to make cuts. Most likely it's going to be Vando or Connect. One of them two. Say one of them are gone. You're still rotating. You still got a lot of wings. You got Matisse. You got Thybulle. I said Matisse and I'm stupid. You got Dybel, you got Williams, you got Laravia, you got whether it's Connector or Vander, one of them too. You got Adu, you got Carr, you got very good depth on the wings, regardless. So if you get that starting win, that's like exactly what we need. But also, it establishes how deep this Lakers team can be. I don't think most Lakers commentators see that. I've seen so much negative commentary from Lakers commentators that it's insane. All they talk about is like the negatives and how they don't like the move. Like they like it, but they don't like it, or they're like, "Oh, this contract was bad," or Colin Sexton, or Marcus Smart, or da da da. It's ridiculous. It's literally ridiculous to me. Now, what the Lakers lost is going to prove this even more because the Lakers lost Marcus Smart. I already went on a rant with him. Rui Hachimura already went on a rant with him, and this is another one. Luke Kennard. Now, one of the biggest things people say is the Lakers don't have enough defense, and still, people are like, why did they let Luke Kennard walk? We could have signed Luke Kennard to the same contract that he signed already. Like, why? At a certain point, people got to pick one. You either want defense or you don't. You either want offense or you don't. You either want upgrades or you don't. You either want to build around Luka or you don't. I don't understand. Luka Kennard's another one. Like these people that are so upset about the Lakers losing these players just wanted to run it back. I don't. What other thing is there? Like, oh, they wanted to run back the same team from last year. For what? All they wanted to do was get rid of DeAndre Ayton. No, how about we try something new? How about we start over? How about we hit the reset button? How about we give other players a chance to come into here? Maybe the scouts know better than we do. The GMs know better than we do. Let's see if Rob Pelinka is a competent GM. How about that? I'm not. That's why, like, I don't can't believe I'm defending Pelinka, but like, bro, let's see what the team does because I can't even be that mad. It's a good vision. It looks like they have a vision. It looks like they have a plan, an idea. Whether it's JJ Redick that came up with it or Rob that came up with it, someone came up with a good looking idea and hoping it's going to work. And maybe we can build upon it in the future. But like running the same team back and just changing the center, I feel like we've done this before. Like it's just kicking the can down the road. It's insane. Like, why do you want Luke Kennard back? A great player when he's shooting. But the problem is he doesn't like to shoot. Even though he's great at it. Again, one of those players that's just great at one thing. And that one thing he's great at, he doesn't like to do. So that's what pisses me off the most. It's like, why are we wanting these people back? Each Marcus, Rui, Luke, all three have one exceptional skill and not much else. I can't really say that about the other team. It's like they're like what's the phrasing I'm looking for? Uh I can't remember. It's like something of something and master of none, whatever. But either way, that's pretty much what the team looks like. It looks like it's more balanced. It looks like it's more players that are willing to do other things besides the one skill they're exceptional at. Don't understand why that's such a big problem for people to understand. It's a vision. We'll see if it works or not. It probably will. It probably won't. Who knows? But it's time to move on to the big one. Lakers lost LeBron James. Now this one, I'm gonna take some time here. For 8 years, LeBron has been part of the Los Angeles Lakers. I remember when he signed, I wasn't happy about it because before he signed, I actually made a post. And this was way before the season even ended. I posted, guys, I'm a Laker fan. I don't want LeBron on my team. And that was blasphemy because the Lakers are so bad. Like, where were the Lakers with LeBron left? Guys, it's called a rebuild. It happens when a major superstar gets injured, is on the last legs, and then ultimately retires, like Kobe Bryant. It's very rare you see a team lose their legendary player and then rise from the dust in 1 year. Like, that's insane. The Celtics were bad when the big three left. The Heat were bad when LeBron left. Lakers were bad when Kobe retired and was injured at the tail end of his career. This idea that, oh, the Lakers were like 30 years without winning anything is insane. That's like how people put it. It's like the Lakers were nothing without, they missed the playoffs for like blah blah blah. Cool. Mind you, if LeBron didn't come there were two guys that wanted to play for the Lakers already. And that was Paul George from LA and Kawhi Leonard from LA. Like, would they have signed? We don't know. I'll tell you, I don't know. But the idea that they're both from LA, LeBron's not there, Lakers can offer them the contract, it would have came down to Lakers and Clippers, and that battle probably would have been a lot closer than what it was. Ultimately, I'm glad they didn't because they dealt with so many injuries and choking in the playoffs. It's ridiculous. But that's a story for another day. LeBron, I will say thank you. As much as I didn't want you on the team, you brought great memories to the team. I couldn't picture. I started not being able to picture a Laker team without LeBron James. He deserves all the respect in the world for everything he's done, his career, and everything he's done for the Lakers. Yes, he has his bad moments, and the biggest bad moment people can talk about is the Russell Westbrook deal. Say what you want. The Lakers are probably still trying to recover from that, but like we all make mistakes and everything's not perfect. And yeah, he didn't win more than one title, but like who has won more than one title in the 2020s? It's ridiculous to even say that. He did. He broke the scoring record with us. He got us AD. He got us a championship in one of the toughest years the world has ever seen, not just sports, like the world has ever seen. So a lot of respect to LeBron James for all he's accomplished. Now, when he left, I see a lot of people say, "Oh, the Lakers could have done this better. LeBron could have done this better. They both did. This one's to blame or that one's to blame." No one was to blame. I don't understand why people can't just accept it was time. There was no blaming. There was no fighting. There was no need to fight. There was no need to argue. It was just time, like to move on. Like we kicked the can down the road for far too long. LeBron's a smart guy. He knew it. The Lakers knew it. Once that Luka trade came in, and even before that, the Lakers needed a way to move on from LeBron and AD, but they couldn't, and they knew they couldn't. So all they did was try to like keep those two happy in order to like prolong the suffering that was coming in the future when those two left. Now they got Luka, and I think it's best for LeBron's career to leave as well. The Lakers. I think it's best for the Lakers because I haven't tried to do two timelines. Having a 42-year-old on a max contract, even though he's the greatest of all time or one of the greatest. I know there's always that argument. Let's just say one of the greatest of all times. Even if it's that, at some point, you got to be able to build a roster around a star, and you can't do it around two stars. Rich Paul would say, yeah, you could probably build around both, but I don't think so. Because literally last year, Lakers had three players in their starting lineup that all played the same position, or at least defended the same position on defense. Rui, LeBron, and Luka. Like it was too clanky. There was too much. You need even positionally, it wasn't good. So that's why I thought it was time to move on. It was time to do what's best for both parties and split. I don't think either one did anything wrong. I don't understand where people are getting this nonsense that it, either side did anything wrong. It was like just yo, it was time, bro. Did you really want it to keep going? You wanted him to retire a Laker, cool. He wasn't retiring for another 2 years. I don't care what anyone says. He's still gonna be playing for another 2 years at least. Like, how much longer will we have to wait for Luca's team to actually get made while we're still catering to LeBron and hoping he does a retirement tour with us? LeBron's superhuman. He wasn't going to retire anytime soon. And when that became evident, that's when you know, and his play slightly declined, that's when you know, hey, it's time to move on and not chase this emotional thing. So I'm surprised the Lakers did it because I know he notified the Lakers about him not returning, but the Lakers also didn't really offer him the money he would have wanted to resign. So I'm surprised about that. There's a lot of things that LeBron brings that I'm kind of relieved to let go. A lot of that is the fans' nonsense. Not the fans themselves. If you're a fan of LeBron and you like the Lakers too, I respect it. It's just the nonsense that comes with it. But the biggest thing is I spent as much as I don't want LeBron here, and as much as I'm happy that we finally move on from LeBron, and you heard my reason why. I'm happy I don't have to. I'll probably still will, but I don't have to defend him 24/7. Because what's crazy is no matter what LeBron does, he's gonna get criticized. Right? He's the greatest, one of the greatest, and people hate it. They hate it. They hate the man. So what happens is I see more posts about people hating LeBron all throughout every social media platform than I do about people praising LeBron. And those people that hate LeBron don't realize that the reason the networks, that TV shows, the social media, and all that that talk about LeBron is talking about LeBron is because your hating ass can't shut up about him. That is the funniest thing to me. It's like you hate LeBron so much, but you keep making him popular because you can't stop talking about him. I've seen posts of that have nothing to do with LeBron. It could be a Damian Lillard highlight from 2014 or something, and then someone's gonna say, "Oh, LeBron choked up against this team," or some crazy thing, and it has nothing to do. The topic would have nothing to do with LeBron, and then a hater would say LeBron's name in the comments, and then wonder why does the ESPN and all these people talk about LeBron? You tell me. You can't stop talking about him. So obviously, we all want clicks. I want clicks. I want everyone in R2L to get all the clicks in the world. And if the power to get those clicks is mentioning LeBron James, that's easy money. We're probably going to all mention LeBron James if that's the case, you know? Because everyone wants to get views, everyone wants to get clicks. I hope the best for like this network to get clicks and stuff like that. So I would hope if that were the case, they would mention LeBron 500 times every show, even when the topic's not about him. But that's just what it is. You hate him, you talk about him. He's going to be everywhere you look. So that brings me to LeBron moving to Philly. Philly, 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 Philly. And I got to say, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I just went over the rant about how much people hate him. The dude could have went to the Utah Jazz and people would have talked crap. You think if LeBron went to like the Utah Jazz and teamed up with AJ DeMonsta and what they're building over there, you think I know that would never happen, by the way. I'm just saying, you think the haters are gonna be like, man, I respect LeBron now. Yeah. Look at him going to the Jazz. No, they hate him. They're gonna keep hating him. It's not gonna change a single thing. That's the funniest part about it. So the fact that he went to Philly, I ain't mad at it. Kevin Durant's been chasing super teams for like 10 years, almost 10 years since he left the Warriors. Um, and no one talks about it as much as LeBron going to Philly. I got to be honest. But every year, Kevin Durant goes to a new team. They're always the favorite, except now with the Houston Rockets, because we all see what the Rockets are. But when he went to Brooklyn originally, they were the favorites when they got healthy. And they got James Harden. They were the favorites. No one was going to stop them. Greatest offensive trio of all time. Didn't really do much. Went to Phoenix. Oh my God, Phoenix is amazing. Phoenix was just in the finals. Phoenix just got Durant. Oh my God, with Devin Booker, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be the best in the West. Didn't happen. Oh, they got Bradley Beal now. Oh yeah, easy finals and we're champions right there. Easy, easy. Didn't happen. Oh, now he goes to the Rockets. The Rockets are definitely a top 2 seed. They're definitely West Conference Finals. They're gonna face the OKC Thunder. They're gonna get the Thunder problems. Didn't happen. So now LeBron goes to Philly, and everyone's like, "This is the greatest starting 5 to ever exist." No, it's it. I mean, I guess you can say that to a point, but at the same time, as long as it's the Embiid that I saw from last year, letting Austin Reeves go to the rack 30 times a game, it's not. I'm not that terrified of it. Um, I doubt they want to be 1 seed in the East, so whoever's betting for them to be the 1 seed in the East is hilarious because there's going to be a lot of load management with that team. So they're definitely. I think they're just fine if they even get the 3 seed, 2 or 3 seed. I doubt they want to go so hard to get the 1 seed and break like a regular season wins record or something. They're gonna focus mainly on the playoffs because they need to. They need to. They need to do whatever they can to keep that team healthy. I'm not mad at it. LeBron is 42, guys. Still playing at a above average level. If he wants to get his ring, let him get his goddamn ring. Let him do it. Let him do it. That's all I gotta say. Let LeBron get his ring. If he wants to ring chase, let him ring chase. I don't care. I don't care. Like, because no matter what he does, as I said earlier, people are still gonna talk about it. The haters are still gonna be hating. The fans of his are still gonna love him. So if that's the case, there's nothing you can do to change people's opinion of you. Get the ring, whatever, man. You're 42. If this was prime LeBron and he was doing this, yeah, people should be more angry about it. This 42-year-old LeBron, bro. Literally nothing that happens can really do anything to his legacy. If he wins a ring and he's obviously of the big force of that team, winning a ring at 42, that might do something for his legacy. But he's already he's already top 2, and for most people, not even 2. So he's more like the number 1 greatest of all time. So get that ring. I respect it. I respect him going to Philly. I actually like the fit, and for him, it works out. It seems like a team that would I wouldn't say cater to him, but like just stylistically would fit with him. So shout out LeBron for all the things he did for the Lakers, except that Russell Westbrook trade. Again, I'm a Laker fan first, always been a Laker fan first. I have defended LeBron. If it comes to it, I will defend LeBron again. I'm not that petty. But like these commentators that say shouldn't be happy or like that LeBron's going or anything like that, or it's crazy that LeBron's going, people are happy. I'm happy he's going because it was time. And y'all need to understand that. It was time. Okay. Well, that was a longer one, longer than I thought we were going to go, but it is what it is. Shout out to everyone that's watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you like the rant that I just went on about the Lakers. Also, if you like any more sports content, go check out the rest of the R2L shows. There's the R2L Show hosted by Tomo and now Carl from Carl Talking College. I'll get to that. Baseball with Teddy. He covers all Major League Baseball action. The season's ramping up. It's the second half. All-Star break's over. We're starting to see teams get hot. We're starting to see teams not. All right. So check out Teddy for all your baseball news. Unfazed with Joe and AJ. NBA, NFL debate show. Go check them out if you like things like First Take and Undisputed, which is not on air anymore. But it's a show like that. Go check them out. In the Red Corner with Ty, Ricky, and Tom. If you love boxing, check out In the Red Corner. Those guys do a great job. Dave's Doghouse, Low Lights and Highlights Sport. Very hardworking guy. Shout out to Dave. He talks about every sport as much as I do. He's knowledgeable about many sports just as much as I am. So go check him out. Football with Coach Coombs. I got to get started on this, but fantasy football is right around the corner, and Coach Coombs is our expert. He's also an expert at anything football related. So he talks about football news and the offseason and everything that's happening, but he's going to get you ready for that fantasy football league. So if you want to win your fantasy football championship, check out Football with Coach Coombs. Carl Talking College, NCAA football and basketball. He's the expert at that. I just did a Big Ten preview with him. Go check that out on his channel. Carl does a great job talking about NCAA football and basketball all year round. Even in the off season, he got stuff lined up for you guys. So go check him out. And Real Ballers Only with Vaughn. Again, I talked about my team specifically in this video. He talks about every team. So go check out Vaughn and the NBA talks and everything he's got going for him. But that's all from me. I'm Zero Griffey. Thank you guys for joining, and peace out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.